Hello friends, Robert Hamm with Robert Hamm Photography here again, and today I'm just kind of going over some things with Adobe Premiere Pro and kind of an overview of how I edit wedding videos and things like that. Now I'd like to say this isn't exactly how I use my Surface. Normally my Surface is laid flat, and I'm going to use some kind of auxiliary keyboard or maybe the type cover, and I'll draw directly on it. So it may feel a little awkward for me, but here are just some kind of ideas when you think about putting together your wedding video. First of all, I took about 5 hours worth of video while I was there. Now, believe it or not, there is a way that you can shoot hybrid. At the last minute, this couple asked me if I would produce a video for them. Now, we were booked a little over a year ahead of their wedding, and I think their videographer or whomever they had maybe had fallen through. So at the last minute, they asked me to shoot video for them at their wedding, and of course I was happy to oblige. The thing was, we were there at the location, and which was out of state for me, and so that meant that I didn't have a video crew with me. I just had myself, and that was it for this one person, just a one person wedding. I didn't have any crew or anything, which normally on video I'll bring an assistant, or if I have a second shooter, I'll bring just a dedicated videographer for me. However, you can still run and gun and shoot hybrid if you know what you're doing and if you've got the right equipment, and that's precisely what we did right here. And of course, with those 5 hours of video that I got from this wedding, I did that by just setting up different shots, allowing the camera to run when I wasn't monitoring it, and from several different angles. I also set up, did just some first-person kind of stuff. But anyways, I'd like to take all of my video and lay it out flat. Now this has already been edited quite a bit here. As you can see, we're down to about 6 minutes rather than an hour and a half, but I like to take my video and edit it all the way out. That way I can just as easily run back and forth on the timeline and pick and choose the elements that I want. What that does is it just makes it more linear for me. It's just a way that I go about it. Many people will actually use the program and source browser right here by going through and setting an in and out point and things like that. However, that's just one way. And remember, this is just an overview for how I do it. You can do it many different ways, and if you've never done it, then this can be a nice little tutorial to help you think about how you're going to do it. The second thing is, once we start working with this, my video line, my V1, is where I put my main images. Okay, that's the main video. V2 is sometimes for text or title, but mainly for corrections to images. And let me show you what I mean by that. When we bring the playhead here, I want to share with you, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off V3 as well. Let me go ahead and pull this back down. I'm going to go ahead and turn off, I guess, V4. This is unedited footage right now. There's nothing applied to it. And what we're really looking for, and maybe we can't really see it because it's there, look up in this corner right here. And what you're going to see when I turn off video 2 is there was some dust on my lens. So I use the V2 layer to duplicate parts of my video that require it so that I can use the source video's duplicate in order to edit this stuff out. And when you turn it back on, you'll see that that's gone. Of course, I'm doing so by using an opacity mask, and then I'm just shifting it around. If you have any questions on how to do that, please check out a different tutorial. I've got a couple of them online as well. Here again, we can see that little area right there, and then of course my V2 is used to get rid of that stuff. So there we go with my V2. Now you understand what V2 is. V3 is where I come and do my specialty save project, great, is where I do my specialty headers and title and text and things like that. Let's go ahead and give you just a little bit of a playthrough. I'm actually going to mute this because I don't want YouTube giving me a copyright violation. Let's go ahead and see. Great. So that's our starting animation right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and unmute it. Let's just see. You're going to notice that on this track right here, it's saying that there's some analyzation that needs to be done. It needs to analyze that, but I guess we can give it a shot just so you can hear. Let's go back to enter. All right, so in the very beginning of my videos, what I like to do is immediately showcase the wedding location as well as a feature, usually a kiss, and we can see that right here, that we've got our wedding location. That's actually the reception right there over the water. It's at the beach. Here's our location highlights, and then always bringing up the little bouquet to hide the kiss, and then into the walking away. So we don't have any kiss happening right here yet, and that's important because we want it to be hidden, because we want this to be something that is not given away. We want people to be excited when they see it. All right, so there's a little bit of that. The last thing that I do, well, one of the last things is I use my video 4 to add lens flares. Now, lens flares are very important when you think about it, because they just add a transition and a dynamic to what you're doing. And let's come up here. And as you can see, I've got lens flares that go throughout the whole thing. Now, lens flares in and of their own right look like this down here, okay? So if you came and just put that into your source browser and you played it, it would be nothing more than just something, this mask in this color. And you're going to use this as an overlay. You're going to actually screen this on top of your image. So all of these you're going to see are over here at a screen property for their opacity. And that means that as we play, you're going to be able to... Oh, that wasn't the best one because I don't have anything going strong right there. That means that as we play, you're going to see these lens flares take effect. And you see that mainly when you have a more consistent lighting, and also if we were to look at each one directly, like this lens flare right here, it's very powerful in the beginning and kind of moves on out. So this would be a good one to look for right here. So we got the lens flare effect as it came through and just added to the transition. So that's kind of nice. Without the lens flare, we've got this look. Oh, excuse me, I had it off. So now you can see as the lens flare turns it around. The nice part about that is it can also help to grade, because we're using this in the screen mode. As you can see, there's the lens flare on, off. I'm actually bringing out quite a bit in my shadow and midtones right here, or more like shadow tones in the darker colors, which looks really nice. So when all in all compared, when you're looking at it, we're right about here. For me, I'm halfway through the process of editing this video. We've got the wedding, which takes place up front before this marker. We've got our first kiss, or our first really unique element. And this is, let me talk about a unique element. We've got there's a kiss coming right here, but more importantly, I want to show you this. As we play, it's coming up right now. Here we go. As we turn and look, just a cute little transition. And actually, that wasn't the transition I wanted to show you. There's another one. Where is it? Should be right around here. There we go. So here's a unique element that you want to add. As you're thinking about your filmmaking, you want to find these little special moments. You've got to ask your bride and your groom to do stuff like this. But here we go. As we start it again, you're going to see she turns around and blows a kiss with the music. When he says, "I do," he turns and smiles. Let's watch that once again. Okay? So listen to the music. Okay, so you can see on that little anticipation, that legato where they kind of stretched it out, when he makes me want to say "I do," right just before that, she blows that kiss. And that's stuff like that is what you want to emphasize. Also, when we go through, you're going to find out something else. As we're tapping, when we think about it, the timing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. So we've got actually 10 counts there, 8, 9, 10, and I might go back and adjust that. But what we're trying to do is create motion, not just with the video, because the video is moving, but we also want to create a little bit of motion in our anticipation. So we've got this nice song that's going nice and fast, good pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives us just enough time, about 3 seconds, to have these nice slides that change. The slides are panning from wide to close, and then just at the very last part, we get this nice longer little slide, this one right here, as we're panning out, and get a smile from his kiss because he caught the kiss. So all of those elements come together to begin putting in just a really nice video for you. When I'm done, all of this will have the adjustment elements to get rid of things like this. It'll be completely color graded so that it all matches. And I always do 2 videos together. So we've got this one. The first half is actually the wedding video with the preparation and the wedding ceremony, and then the second half is this right here. And this is where you're going to see something else. This is where we move into the after party and all the cakes and all that other stuff and the bouquet tossed and just the cool little things that you see right there. Okay, so that's where we go. Guys, I'm Robert Hamm with RobertHammPhotography.com. Catch me on the flip side at Rob Hamm Photo. You can even find me on Facebook and YouTube at /Robert Hamm Photography. Hope you found just this little intro. This is just a little bit about how I put together wedding videos. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions, hit me up on the comments down below. And as always, take it easy.